In the remote mountains of the Hindu Kush in Pakistan, an ancient mystery lurks. An ancient tribe, the Kalash, has survived for centuries in one of the most challenging environments on the planet, isolated from the world. Isolated from the world, they preserve traditions and a unique beauty. Who are they? Where do they come from? Are they descendants of Alexander the Great? Join us to discover the secrets of one of the most extraordinary and unknown tribes on the planet, a people that needs to be protected, as they could soon disappear. As a woman, I am struck by their celebration of marriage based on love and gender equality, truly extraordinary practices in such a conservative region. This World Uncensored video reveals the secrets of the Kalash, one of the most isolated and unknown tribes on the planet, whose origin could be linked to the soldiers of Alexander the Great. They are a people in urgent need of protection, as they could soon disappear, despite maintaining age-old traditions in the 21st century, thanks to their geographic isolation in one of the most inaccessible regions of the world. Come with me to discover this extraordinary tribe. Before getting to know the Kalash, we must understand that their uniqueness, both physical and cultural, is largely due to their environment, the highest and most dangerous mountain range on the planet, in Pakistan, a mysterious land known as the Land of the Giant Mountains. This region, although beautiful and enigmatic, is also unknown and extraordinary. Pakistan, located in South Asia, borders Afghanistan, India, the Arabian Sea, and Iran. With an area of approximately 882,000 km² and more than 240 million inhabitants, the fifth most populous country in the world, it contrasts sharply with the reality of the Kalash, whose survival in their region is almost miraculous. Pakistan's extraordinary and diverse geography, from the fertile plains of the Punjab to the deserts of the Thar and the vast Himalayan mountains, offers a rich variety of landscapes and is probably one of the most beautiful environments on the planet. The north is home to impressive mountain ranges such as the Himalayas, the Karakoram, and the Hindu Kush, home to numerous glaciers and rivers that sustain life in the surrounding regions, allowing the survival of peoples such as the Kalash for centuries. This mountainous region, the highest on the planet, has kept many Pakistani areas, cultures, and communities unchanged, preserving their ancestral traditions. It is important to note that Pakistan was formed as a country only a few decades ago, and a large part of its population has origins in India. However, the Kalash have inhabited this remote mountainous region for centuries. This small ethnic group has lived for generations in one of the most remote and inhospitable places on the planet, surrounded by imposing peaks and deep valleys that act as natural walls, protecting and isolating their way of life and traditions. This rugged territory, with extreme climatic conditions and limited access routes, has been key to the preservation of their culture and their isolation from outside influences. The origin of the Kalash is one of the great unknowns of Central Asian history. Their culture, traditions, and physical traits differentiate them significantly from neighboring Pakistani communities. A popular theory, although without conclusive evidence, suggests that they are descendants of Alexander the Great's soldiers, who would have remained in the region after his expeditions more than 2,000 years ago. This hypothesis is based on historical accounts and local legends. Historians and anthropologists have tried to confirm this connection through genetic studies and cultural comparisons, with inconclusive results. Some analyses show similarities with certain European groups, which could support the Greek heritage theory, while other experts argue that these similarities could be due to ancient migrations unrelated to Alexander the Great. Their geographic isolation and cultural resilience have been crucial to the preservation of their identity and the perpetuation of their mysterious origin. Isolated by the perilous peaks of the Hindu Kush, they have maintained a way of life and social structure little influenced by surrounding civilizations. This isolation has allowed stories of their connection to the ancient Greeks to persist, but has also made it difficult to establish definitive links. The geography of the region has been both a refuge and a challenge, making the Kalash the guardians of an ancient legacy. This natural isolation has been a barrier that has allowed them to preserve customs, rituals, and a lifestyle that contrasts with the rest of Pakistan and the world. The mountainous routes, difficult and dangerous for outsiders, have kept the Kalash safe, but also away from the transformations of neighboring civilizations. This isolation is not only geographical, but also cultural and spiritual. Travelers entering this inhospitable region encounter a community that has stood the test of time, an enigmatic people whose survival in such an extreme environment is a source of wonder and fascination. Due to their long history in this isolated territory, the origins of the Kalash differ markedly from those of the rest of the Pakistani population. Their physical features, which combine Western, Arab, and Mediterranean characteristics, as well as their eye color, mostly deep blue, and their culture reflect a unique heritage distinct from the predominant Muslim traditions of Pakistan. Their customs and festivities are kept away from the religious norms of the country, preserving an ancestral and independent lifestyle. Another striking curiosity is their unusual physical characteristics. Many have light eyes, green or blue, and blonde or light brown hair, uncommon features in the Indian subcontinent, fueling the theory of their possible European or Greek origins, related to the expeditions of Alexander the Great. These characteristics have been the subject of genetic studies to better understand their origin. However, for the Kalash, these features are a natural part of their identity, not a reason for differentiation. Despite international interest, science has not yet fully elucidated the mystery of their genetic origin. Although some studies show a slight connection to European populations, others suggest that these similarities may have developed independently due to their isolation and adaptation to the environment. Their unique traits continue to be the subject of study and speculation, keeping alive the enigma of the Kalash and their connection to distant civilizations. The Kalash way of life is notable for its focus on freedom and gender equality, which is inspiring in a country like Pakistan. Marriages are based on love and free choice for couples, allowing men and women to choose whom to marry and whether they wish to continue the relationship. This contrasts with traditional Pakistani customs, where arranged marriages and patriarchal structures are the norm. Women enjoy greater freedom to participate in festivities and social life without the restrictions imposed in other parts of the country. Women can divorce and remarry, which is unusual in the region. This flexibility and respect for individual freedom has allowed the Kalash to maintain a culture centered on personal well-being and happiness. I wonder, would you like to spend some time with the Kalash and enjoy the beauty of the highest mountains on Earth? What has impressed you most about this vibrant culture? Leave a comment. It's the best way to support World Uncensored. Isolated by their geographic location, the Kalash have had limited contact with the outside world. Today, they live in a mountainous environment, even more inaccessible than many areas of the Amazon rainforest, only accessible by off-road vehicles, allowing for the preservation of their culture and customs. Pakistan's Muslims consider the name Kalash to be derived from the word kafir, Urdu for non-believer or pagan, reflecting their religion and practices different from those of the majority of the country's inhabitants. They are a community of less than 4,000 people, recognized for their vibrant dress. Kalash women are known for their unique beauty in the region, with features such as light eyes and fair skin, which set them apart from other groups. They often wear long black robes, shat, adorned with colorful embroidery reflecting nature and their belief in spirits. They wear elaborate headdresses, decorated with shells, beads, and feathers, symbolizing their social status and cultural identity. Instead of Islam, the Kalash practice a form of animistic paganism with a cult of multiple deities strongly linked to nature and their ancestors. Their spiritual approach is manifested in their festivals, rituals, and customs. A striking feature is their open-mindedness and the importance of gender equality. Kalash women enjoy greater freedom in daily life and have a notable presence in public life, actively participating in celebrations and community decisions. A woman may marry several men at the same time, a practice based on keeping family lands together and ensuring economic stability. Many Kalash women give birth at home, a practice that has persisted for centuries. Home birth takes place in a reserved space called a basali, a hut specifically for pregnant women where they are cared for until they feel ready to return to their activities. This process, passed down from generation to generation, is considered a normal part of their life cycle. The basali also serves as a shelter during menstruation, following a cultural tradition that keeps them temporarily separated from the community, underlining women's connection with life and nature. This feminine space, set apart from the main homes, reflects ancestral customs and their particular way of understanding purity and the life cycle. For Kalash women, it is a fundamental aspect of their identity and culture. Isolation in the basali is also done for festivities and traditions, becoming a moment of reflection and self-connection. Despite modernization and the influence of contemporary medical practices, many Kalash women still prefer home birth, relying on their ancestral knowledge and the support of older women. Their religion and beliefs differ greatly from those of the rest of the world and the majority of the Pakistani population. The Kalash keep alive an ancient pagan polytheistic religion unique to the region, deeply rooted in the veneration of gods and natural forces. They believe in spirits and deities that govern different aspects of nature and human life. Their rituals include offerings and animal sacrifices in honor of these supernatural beings. In its festivals, this religion is vividly manifested through circle dances, ceremonial chants, and celebrations that mark the seasons and the Earth's fertility cycles. Kalash festivals are key moments for the community. Events such as the Joshi, spring celebration, and the Chomos, winter celebration, are rituals of thanksgiving and petition for good harvests. Each member participates in dances and offerings. Animal sacrifices are performed on sacred altars and invoke the protection of the gods to ensure prosperity. Their belief system deeply connects their spirituality with the natural environment. The Kalash religion has become a fundamental aspect of their identity, differentiating them from the predominant Muslim practices in Pakistan. The production and consumption of wine is a fundamental part of the Kalash culture, unlike most Pakistani communities where alcohol is prohibited. For the Kalash, wine has a significance beyond the social. It is a central element in their rituals and festivities. During festivals and religious ceremonies, wine is consumed communally as a symbol of joy, celebration, and spiritual connection. This sacred and festive use of wine reinforces the unique identity of the Kalash and their resistance to outside influences. Grape growing and winemaking have been traditional practices for centuries, passed down from generation to generation. Although legal restrictions in Pakistan complicate these activities, the community continues to defend its right to preserve these ancestral customs. For the Kalash, wine is not only a beverage, but a bond that unites the community and connects its present with its historical roots. The government of Pakistan, along with various non-governmental organizations, is actively working to ensure the survival of the Kalash community and the preservation of their rich culture. They have implemented programs that promote sustainable tourism and celebrate their traditional festivals. However, they face numerous challenges, such as cultural pressure from surrounding Muslim communities, climate change, and the migration of young people to urban areas in search of better opportunities. These factors threaten their way of life and put their identity at risk, underscoring the urgent need to support them in their struggle to maintain their heritage. We wish the Kalash community to maintain its beauty and traditions. I hope this video has helped you discover one of the most remote and unknown tribes on the planet.